Good morning, everybody. It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center this morning. And I kind of teased everybody with the subject this morning saying the State of the Union address. Be very clear, I will never talk about anything political on this. I would rather talk about hair product than the State of the Union address with all you guys. It's just like everybody needs to keep their opinions to themselves on that, in my opinion. So anyway, sorry for the bait and switch there. But yeah, I guess sort of almost related to that is, look, I mean, one of the things, and I've touched on this a handful of times, but it just keeps coming up. And it literally feels like almost every client I talk to is concerned with, oh my gosh, like the new tax plan, how's that going to affect me and my my home purchase, did all my deductions go away? And I know just a couple of weeks ago, I talked about some of the deductions that are going away. And, look, there's no doubt. I mean, there's no like getting around. There are a few things like home equity. You're not going to be able to write off the interest on home equity in most cases. Again, I'm not a CPA, so check with your tax preparer, CPA, whoever it might be. But there's that's going away. There's a cap now up to $750,000. We've documented all of that. So it kind of begged the question, okay, so it was weird. Like, it didn't feel like everybody was buying a house before all this news based on just the, the tax benefits. So I just wanted to play around with some numbers. So I just used I just put some spreadsheets together. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. But put together some stuff just based on, okay, so what if you did buy a house, hold on to it for 7 years, assume 3% a year appreciation on the house. And then I also compared that to 3% appreciation on a rental property. And then 10% down, I included mortgage insurance in the mortgage payment, all that good stuff, right? But what I did do is I zeroed out any tax benefit. So our rent versus buy calculator, like everybody else's, does some tax benefit calculation. I just made it zero, right? So let's just assume there's no tax benefit to buying a house. And so I just ran it through. And so we've got basically the benefits of amortization and appreciation. And then there's also the cash flow, because I mean, the first couple of years, you're actually paying a bit more for your mortgage than you would for the rent. But then going forward in subsequent years, it actually, of course, rent as it continues to go up while your payment on a mortgage stays fixed, you end up with a spot, where that rent is actually outpacing. The numbers that we came up with is it's like $130,000 benefit, no tax benefit, $130,000 in amortization and equity gain, and then the cash flow difference that you would see if you buy versus continuing to rent, because you got to pay to live somewhere. Stop paying someone else's mortgage, right? It's just out of control. So just want to, again, drive this home. I mean, literally everybody I'm talking to is asking me about this. I know with my realtor partners and things like that, that's a big topic. Hey, what's the taxes? Is now time to buy? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to touch on this stuff a bunch coming up. Make no mistake that it is a great time to buy real estate, but you definitely need to have a long-term outlook. By the way, you should have a long-term outlook on most of your investments. So anyway, that's what I've got for you this week. Super excited. Hopefully you guys are glad I did not talk about the State of the Union address. Again, if you're looking for that, that's some other live video. It is not mine. I appreciate you guys checking in. Like, share, love the video, do all that stuff for me. I'd really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing everybody.